Hey YouTube, happy Friday. Cody here coming at you with another episode of Riding in Cars, talking about finance. Okay, that's cheesy intro, I apologize. Hey, this is not Robinhood Challenge episode 12. This is just kind of a special edition. Wanted to discuss the big news that broke yesterday, which many of you have probably already heard, which is Robinhood will now be offering fractional shares. That was one of the big complaints. We've discussed that on my videos that I didn't care either way on fractional shares. If they're out there, great. If not, it wasn't a deal breaker for me. I liked it regardless. I'd rather have a full share of a company, but I will take advantage when this rolls out. Right now they're doing the cheesy waiting list that they did for the cash management program. Not a big fan of that, but hey, whatever drums up excitement for them. I figured just announcing that they're doing fractional shares now on its own would drum up enough excitement, but apparently I don't think so. So they're doing the cheesy waiting list deal. That's fine, whatever. When the initial release hit yesterday, I read through it on the app. I did not see anything about the DRIP that we had talked about in the previous video, the dividend reinvestment plan. But I did hear another YouTuber this morning that actually read the full description on their site that did say they are going to have the dividend reinvestment plan. I did not read that, so I don't want to confirm or deny that it's there. I did try to get on their site. It was late last night. The site was actually down when I tried to get on there and read the full description. I don't know if that was due to heavy traffic or if that's when they do their site maintenance. Is that late at night? But I was not able to confirm that or anything before I dropped this video. But if it is, great. There's another YouTuber, Andrei, Jikh. His channel is called The Magic of Finance. Look him up. I'll probably throw a link to his page in the description. He does really good videos. I really like watching his stuff, but he's talked about the dividend reinvestment, and I totally agree. He has given the best description I've seen of why I don't care about the dividend reinvestment plan. And kind of to break it down for you, the reason that he explains that it's not a big deal for him, and the reason I don't think it's something that you should necessarily do blindly, it's very similar. Most of these YouTubers that show their portfolio, they say, hey, don't just go out and copy my portfolio. The reason being, they might have got into a Microsoft or an Apple or their big stocks at a really good buy-in point, and now the stock has jumped big time. So if you go in and try to copy their portfolio, you're not going to see the gains that they did because the price has jumped. Same thing with the dividend reinvestment plan. I'm going to give Ford as a specific example of this because most stocks, when they have an ex-dividend date, which is the date you have to own the stock on in order to get their dividend. Let's say today, December 13th, is the ex-dividend date. Most of them have a payout date for that dividend of like December 20th, December 22nd, something real close within a couple weeks. I haven't been able to find out. I kind of did some research. I poked around on their site. I did Google searches. Haven't been able to find out why, but for some reason, Ford has like a 2-month wait before you get that dividend. So it was like back in mid to late September when their ex-dividend date was, and it didn't pay out until like December 2nd. I mean, it was really long. It was like a 2-month wait. So that's why I give that example, because you might have bought Ford for $8.50 a share before the ex-dividend date. So now, fast forward 2 months to when the dividend pays out. So you get, say that, I can't remember what their dividend was, but let's say it was 15 cents. You get that 15 cents, and if you're in that dividend reinvestment, it's automatically going to buy you 15 cents worth of Ford stock. Well, in that time, since you bought it at $8.50, it might now be up to $9.50 or $9.75 a share. So you're going to get a much smaller piece of that pie, and it's going to take you a lot longer to get a share of Ford. So what Andrei recommends, and I highly recommend, is just let that dividend go into your buying power, and you pick and choose what you want to do with that dividend. Where do you want to invest that dividend? If you want to buy another stock or just let it sit there, now that they're rolling out the cash management, you can let it sit there and kind of grow a little bit at that 1.8% interest rate that they're currently at. Do something like that. Make sure you have control over that so that you're getting the best value out of that dividend, so that you can get the biggest piece of whatever pie you're trying to pick up. So, that was basically the gist of this. Is I just wanted to make sure we, got the word out that, hey, Robinhood has announced they are doing the fractional shares. As I said, we got to do our due diligence. Make sure we're checking out, reading up on that before you go head first into it. I'm sure it's going to be the basic. The way the other YouTuber was talking when he said they're going to have the dividend reinvestment plan is you're going to have the option to whether or not it does that, or you can have that control over it. It's going to be like a push button deal. And it's going to be as simple as it was before, where it's just if you want, you know, a $1,700 Amazon stock and you've got $1 you're investing, you just put in your dollar, you swipe up, and it's going to buy you whatever percentage $1 buys you. And it'll go from that. They did say that when the dividends pay out, that you will get that percentage of the dividends to the nearest penny. I'm guessing they're not going to round up for you. So if like your piece of the pie is going to get you 3.2 cents, you're going to get 3 cents for your dividend. You're not going to get, it's not going to round up to 4. So there's that. Don't know how quickly that's going to roll out. Now, I did look on one of the forums when the announcement hit yesterday. Someone asked when they are going to do IRAs, because a lot of the other cash management sites offer an IRA option. And they didn't come out and say it's a done deal or anything like that, but they said, hey, stay tuned, keep an eye on our blog post. We'll have information coming out, you know, any new big announcements will hit this blog post. So basically, I would say that they are more or less saying, hey, we are already working on the IRA part. So, you know, before, when Schwab announced that they were doing free trades, and then Ameritrade and everybody else started to fall in line with that free trading, everybody said Robinhood's done. Robinhood came out of the box swinging. They said, you know what, we're going to offer cash management. It took them a little bit to roll it out, but they do have that cash management option. So everybody's like, oh my God, Robinhood's back. They came out swinging. And now with this fractional shares, they are in essence delivering a knockout blow. And then to take it a step further, instead of just having that knockout blow, they're really going for the kill by, you know, basically saying in that response to that blog post, we are working on that Roth IRA option. So that's going to be the nail in the coffin for the other one. So now it's just a matter of once they get these big things out of the way, then it's just chipping away at those little nitpicky things that people have, like the fact that if a stock is currently paying out a 3% dividend, the Robinhood information is typically a little bit old, so it might say they're only paying 2%. Or if the experts have, or analyst experts have said that, hey, this stock is a strong buy, when you look at Robinhood, you know, it might still have like information from 2 months ago when it wasn't being listed as a strong buy, so it might say it's only a 50 or 45% buy-in. So just getting those little things updated, some better charting, little nitpicky things that people have had, and then, you know, who's going to be able to stop Robinhood at that point? So please make sure that's the video in a nutshell. Please hit that like button, subscribe, that way you get notified when we do videos like these, and that way I can, you know, get the word out to you as soon as I can once these announcements hit, that you know, when Robinhood comes out with something new, or if there's, you know, something in the financial community that's going to affect our stock prices. Since we do have such a small portfolio, any of these little changes can have a huge impact on stock prices and that. So hit that like button, subscribe. Stay tuned for more updates. Should here in the next day or two have episode 12 of the investing challenge. That'll get you up to speed on how we ended our trading week, which has been going halfway decent. But until then, stay tuned. If you haven't signed up for Robinhood already, I have my link in the description where you can sign up. Use a friend's. As I've said in the past videos, let's make sure we're spreading the love, spreading the wealth, making sure we're putting our positive touch on the world. Don't just go to the Robinhood app and sign up. Make sure you use somebody's link. That way, you know, we're kind of paying that little bit of love forward. So appreciate you doing that. If you don't use my link, use someone else's. But again, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you back here in a few days with another update to our investing challenge. Thank you.